Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Facebook Live Extra Connection with Stacey and Mike. We do the morning show on K103. It's called K103 Mornings with Stacey and Mike. We spent some months coming up with that name, let me tell you.
It was kind of funny how it worked out because Stacey had already worked at the radio station, and I came from another radio station where it was the Mike and Amy show for a long time. And so I didn't want to be like the white male that came in and it's like, got to make this the Mike and Stacey show and all that kind of stuff, because it's an equal partnership that we have here. And Stacey, is K103, and I was just sort of coming along to be with her. And so that's why we call it the Stacey and Mike show. Some people ask me that question, even in this day and age. It's like, why would anybody even ask that question? But that's why.
There you go. So we have been doing this show. We've been doing our morning show almost a year now, which is crazy. We're coming up on our first Christmas as a morning show duo on Portland's Christmas station. One of the big things we've been talking about, Mike, is helping local businesses. We bring up local businesses that you and I like to frequent, helping these businesses out, especially during this pandemic. And I feel like that is making a difference, just to that little reminder as you're out Christmas shopping. Another way you can help support local people, the people in our community, is by, local bands have nowhere to go play, and their income and their whole career trajectory went.
Yep. And we're seeing that at the highest levels too. I mean, why do you think Bob Dylan sold his entire package for $300 million, or Stevie Nicks sold her percentage share of her royalty or her publishing? They aren't making money the way they used to. They don't have the reliable ways to make money that they used to in the music business, even at the top. And so they need to maximize what they can, because the model has changed so much and nobody knows where it's going. So Stacey brings up a really good point. Here at the local level, we've got to help everybody, because that's what makes Portland unique, are the unique characteristics, the restaurants that are not chains, nothing against chains. But the places that define where we live and have always defined where we live need our help right now. And that's why we're here to remind you of that.
So I'm super excited today to introduce you guys, if you don't already know, local band, Sarah and Scott. They are called Fox and Bones. And good morning, guys. How's it going?
Good morning. It's going pretty well. Thanks for having us on.
Happy to be here.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. Do you think we have the right, have we summed this up correctly about the state of the need to be local, the need to support everyone that makes this place special?
Absolutely. I mean, we have really, worked hard over the last few years to bolster up this Portland music scene and really make it something special here. And so this year has been really hard for a lot of people in our circles. And we've seen a lot of people say that, oh, I'm thinking about giving up music. And that's not what we want. We want, music is such an important part of our culture here and everywhere. And so we think it's really important to, support the bands that you love financially right now.
And not only the bands, actually the studios as well. I just saw an article this morning about the Hollowed Halls, where we recorded our first record, is doing a GoFundMe to keep them up and running. So I know Vortex Music Magazine just posted on that. And so if you have some extra bucks to donate to the Hollowed Halls, I think check out Vortex Music Magazine. They'll have a link there as well.
Yeah, we often forget, like during the times when we could go to any venue, go to any show. I got excited when Stereo Lab came, and I went to see Stereo Lab. Like that. I like to go to the Wonder Ballroom and see those '80s bands that come through. Like, who do we like there, Stacey? The Dave Wakeling, General Public. All those cool bands that would pass through. Yeah. You kind of take it for granted. I mean, those don't just happen. There are people that have jobs that are attached to every experience you've ever had, and they need our help right now. From the back end to the headliner on stage and everyone in between, the servers, everybody.
Yeah.
I've definitely felt that music is kind of something that's in motion all the time. And so if you're on the road, you have to pick up motion to get to each date and to keep moving. And when that kind of train stops, it can be tough to get that momentum back again. I think that goes on from all levels, from venues to bands to recording studios.
What I love about when we sort of came together as you reached out, and then I was like, okay, I see what's going on here. You guys are going through exactly what we're going through, what everyone's going through, reinventing what you've done probably your whole life. You have a way of doing it, and no longer will society allow you to do it the way you used to do it. So you guys, Fox and Bones, Sarah and Scott, came up with this amazing idea, which as soon as I heard it, I was like, I can't believe nobody's ever done this before. Tell everybody what we could get from you to give as a Christmas gift.
So we, well, I'll start with 3 Christmases ago. Scott wrote a song for me and had it recorded in the studio. And on Christmas morning, you know, my whole family was there, and you know, it was the last gift to be given. He puts it on the stereo, and it's the song. It's like fully produced and beautiful. And I'm, of course, just like sobbing in front of my whole family. And you know, it's this gift that, first of all, keeps on giving for me, but like my whole family has continued to talk about, like, oh, remember that, you know. And
well,
you know,
how long have you guys been a couple?
We've been together, it'll be 5 years in January.
Okay, so you hadn't done that before? You hadn't thought to do that before? That was a couple years in?
No, we always wrote our songs together, and they were love songs. A lot of them were about like our origin stories and stuff, because the band started at the same time as the relationship did. But that was the first time that, yeah, it was like done completely separately as a surprise to me. And, you know, I was always struck by how it felt to be like someone's muse, you know, it's like that you inspired music or art. And as the pandemic hit, it kind of came back into my mind that like, we could offer this for other people. You know, between the two of us, we have more than 20 years of songwriting experience. We very much specialize in writing really heartwarming, heartfelt, like getting to the heart of a story. And so we realized we could offer that. And so I've kind of spent this year, you know, working on launching this business. It's called Our Custom Song. And basically people can commission us to write their song. So say you want to, you know, have a song written for your wife, or, you know, your kid that's graduating, or a grandparent who's kind of like a pillar of your family, something like that. We'll sit down with them. We'll have like a extended Zoom conversation where I ask a bunch of questions that kind of get to the heart of who the person is, and reveal their stories. And then we take all those stories and we put them into a professionally recorded and mixed song that they can then have forever. So that's kind of been our project this year. And, you know, on the lower tier of that, we also do songrams, which is basically a virtual singing telegram where someone can request a specific song and then we'll perform it with a special dedication, kind of like it used to be when you could request songs on the radio. It's kind of born of that.
Who gets the rights to the song? What if it turns out to be a monster hit? And what happens?
So we retain rights, but we offer them for sale if the person wants the rights to the song. So they basically have the right to use it and do whatever they want with it. But yeah, if it were to get picked up, it would still be technically under ours unless they bought the licensing from us.
So you won't Scooter Braun anybody, is what you're saying.
No one's getting scooted.
Braun. Yeah, we got to figure out how to figure that. Braun.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a work.
What do they ever get weird? Like what? Because people are different, and you don't know what you're gonna get. You start hearing about the relationship, like how they met, or maybe the wife used to be his mistress, or, you know, some weird thing that's unusual. I mean, how do you handle that?
You know, we haven't had anything super weird, but the nice thing is that Scott and I are very weird. So I feel like there's, you know, especially after spending the last 5 years mostly living on the road. And before that, Scott was in a psychedelic rock band that had, you know, crazy shows and all this stuff. And we're Burning Man people. So I don't know if anything could really shock us too much, but yeah, we're definitely open for people to try.
Usually the weirder, the better, the more like unique the situation, the more, you know, the more outlandish.
Less generic the song will be, that's for sure.
Right.
It can be inspiring, right, for your writing.
Exactly. Yeah, gives us something new.
Explain to everybody what kind of music you guys. I mean, is it like? Would you say it's folk? Is it rock? Is it? I mean, I kind of get the vibe of. I mean, your song, is it already here? Is that the one you filmed outside? That is an incredible song.
Thank you.
I love that song. But how do you guys describe your music?
I think our music is kind of moving towards a modern vintage type of feel. Like it has notes and elements of rock, but also like the underpinnings of folk and songwriting. we kind of like to oscillate between, you know, a little bit of folk rock and then, but also with the kind of heart of the just folk artist. But the custom songs kind of have, it can be anything really, anything in between, because part of it is that we ask what kind of songs people want. And so right. we've experienced and delved into all sorts of different genres throughout our career. And so we feel comfortable navigating those sometimes murky waters.
Do you find yourselves coming back to the same melody? Like with my daughter, May, who's 11, she has no idea who Duran Duran is. But every time I see her on the stairway, I go, you know, her name is May and she's standing on the stairs, you know, and I do a whole thing about, you know, and it's always to the tune of that Duran Duran song or Damage in the Needle Done by Neil Young for some reason. I don't know why that pops into my head. But do you find yourself sort of coming back to the same sort of melodies or the same structure on the songs just for efficiency's sake, or do you mix it up?
You know, I think we mix it up fairly well, and that's why it's nice to be a partnership, because Scott and I both write very differently and in very different styles. And so when we bring that together, we're always coming up with something new. So there's been times where I've come up with a song idea and been like, is this too similar to this song, or is this too similar to whatever? And Scott will come in and be like, oh, well, let's just tweak this thing and let's change this chord here. And then now it's a whole new thing. And so I think artists have to be creative in that way, because there's only so many ways there's only so many notes, you know, and there's only so many ways you can use those notes. And so you really do have to be creative with how you structure things, how your lyrics are, how the song moves, to make sure it's not anything similar to what's already existing.
Yeah,
sure. And you guys can help each other if one of you goes, you know, and busts out a line that you think, because I've done this on the radio where I've said something and somebody is like, I've heard that before. And I'm like, yeah. You don't know, like you hear so much in your life. Did it come from somewhere else? Did I dream it? You know?
Yeah, it's hard to know what's an original idea.
Yeah. I mean, I realized a couple of years ago that every joke I make was made on The Simpsons that I watched when I was 20, and I forgot The Simpsons gave me that joke. And I'm watching my kids, and they're looking at me like, "Do you have an original thought in your head?" And I'd totally forgotten.
Yep. It's just passing down the message. It's passing down the concept of it, which I think is a lot of what songwriting is in general, is passing down lessons learned and ideas and packaging it in a way that future generations can more easily understand. And so we try to be gentle with ourselves when writing, where we don't want to, you know, destroy a concept because it feels like another concept. But we also don't want to just, you know, steal an idea from the past. Yeah. And so it's always a kind of middle road that you're walking and trying to be creative and gentle, but also free to create something new.
Yeah.
Okay. So say I want to give my mom a song from our custom song, Fox and Bones, or propose to my boyfriend, or whatever it might be.
Or propose to your mom.
Propose to your mom's boyfriend.
Yeah.
Propose to your mom's boyfriend. We'll do anything. It's fine.
The weirder the better. The weirder the better.
So what's the process? What do I go through? How do I get in touch with you guys? Could it even be done by Christmas at this point?
Sure. Yeah. So we have a couple options. The main way to get in touch with us, though, is ourcustomsong.com. And there you can either reach out to us. You can take a look at our pricing page and see what the different tiers cost. We are running a 20% off sale as an extended Black Friday. So there's a coupon code that when you go to our site, you'll see it right away. And so we are asking for people to get their custom song orders because they take a little longer by the end of this week. And then the songrams, which is like the virtual singing telegram, we're taking those until December 15th. And we're also running a contest for someone to win a free songram. So we know that this isn't a super affordable thing for everybody, but we do want to offer our services to one lucky winner. And they can enter our contest by going to ourcustomsong.com/contest. And that also runs through December 15th. So those are kind of a couple ways. People can also reach out to us on Instagram at Fox and Bones, or on Facebook. We respond to messages from all directions. So yeah, we can take people's requests no matter where, and we can direct them to the right place.
Maybe tell us a little bit more about the songrams. What is that? It's not where you go and deliver the song. It's just a shorter, quicker, sort of a jingle about a person, or what is it? How would you describe it?
So a songram is where someone can actually request an existing song. So say, you want to dedicate your favorite Led Zeppelin song to your partner because that's your song. And you're, fans of local music. And so basically what we'll do is we'll do an acoustic cover version of that song. And then we can say like a special dedication. So say you want to say, this has been a hard year and I just wanted you to know that you're loved. And so we'll say that from the person. And then we do kind of this like, we video it. Essentially, we do a video of ourselves playing it, and then we upload it on YouTube so that they can share with the intended recipient. And so it's kind of a like a song dedication service. It came from this idea that when we play longer shows in bars and stuff, we'll just take requests from the audience because we want to like connect and find out what they want to hear. And so this is kind of our way of taking online requests from people and dedicating them to people they care about.
Now I get it.
Nice.
That's cool.
What's your favorite cover to do?
Ooh, that's a good question. Lately, I feel like we've been doing what's the Paul Simon song we do?
Me and Julio.
Me and Julio. That's a really fun one.
Hey,
Juilliard?
Yeah.
I know every lyric to that song right now. I could recite that song to you right now. I know.
Get the guitar out?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, get the guitar out. I want to see if I can do
right into a live show.
Just let me do like the first verse. Just Is it? Do you guys know it?
We do.
Yeah. So is it? Mama Pajama rolled out of bed and she ran to the police station. Give me the
Daddy
and started the investigation. It's against the law. It was against the law. Or what the mama saw, it was against the law.
So your audience just got a free song, Graham. See, this is great. This is great advertising.
There's a reason that one was free. Nobody won a contest on that one. Okay?
Oh, it is just so great to meet you guys, and I'm glad that you found your next, wave of your reinvention.
Yeah.
Thank you. And thank you guys so much for having us on. I do have to say that when I was a kid, I was a huge Z100 fan. And Stacey, you were a celebrity to me and my friends. So little me is feeling very, very excited and proud of myself right now. So thank you guys for having us on. You're fulfilling a childhood dream.
How do you think I feel working with her every day?
She's a local legend. I mean, what can you say?
That's so sweet. Well, you guys, so our custom song, and I'm trying to, you said at the end of the week, I'm trying to figure out because I want to do this for my mom, but I don't know, I don't want to half-ass do it. And I don't know, like how do you form in your head? Like do you just say the things that you love about her? Or like, I don't even know how to head down this road.
So that's part of our job is to kind of pull this out of you. So I have like a list of questions that I would send to you ahead of time so you could get thinking about them. And what we find is that once we get on Zoom with, the person, everyone's always a little nervous about it because they're like, oh, what if I can't think of anything? You'd be surprised how once these questions start rolling, the stories come and we kind of let it be a free form. Like if you're in the middle of answering a question and then the story comes to you, tell it right in that moment. And those little like unplanned moments for us tend to be like songwriting gold for us. Okay. And so
can I get this one started for Stacey's mom? Because I think I got a good idea. Here we go. Oh, mama, I want to do a song, but I don't want it to be very long.
This is good. Do you want to join the team?
No, I'm gonna go into business and compete against you guys.
Sounds like we've got some big competition.
Some big competition here.
Oh, come on. That'd be great. Stacey, you should totally do that. I can't wait to hear that for your mom.
You know what? If you can help, yeah. I just don't even, If you can help me come up with, because I want it to be special. I just can't think. It's like, sometimes you must have this all the time. You got to write a song for somebody else. What if you get writer's block?
I think that's where having a partner helps, because there have definitely been songs that speak to me or like projects that really fire me up. And there's ones that Sarah really gets behind. And there have been certain songs where one of us takes the lead and the other just kind of helps out. And so having two people on it really, it's going to hit one of us. And so, and one of us will get the spark. And then once that spark is lit, then it's a team effort kind of pulling it all through.
Awesome. Well, hopefully if you do this for Stacey, we can follow up and we can hear the song and talk more about what you guys do. And we really appreciate you being such open-minded, good cheer kind of folk, and giving the gift of your music to make some personal gifts that are unique and special, that aren't just something that you order up on Amazon. It's something real from inside. It's good stuff.
And I just noticed your shirt. I don't know what I was looking at, but that's perfect.
I planned this.
I love it. Shop small with Fox and Bones, local Portland band, ourcustomsong.com. Thank you guys so much. I know we'll be talking again. So
absolutely. Thank you guys. We really
Thanks for having us.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Merry Christmas.
Bye. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
See ya.